YouTube, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. It's so lovely to see y'all here. We're back. A dinosaur story. It's Pokemon time. We're hunting Regice once more. Last time we ended at 444. Now we're gonna end it. I don't know how many we can get done in a stream. We're gonna go until the time runs out. Or this is gonna be the shiny one right here. Ew. Gamba? We can Gamb. Yeah, we can Gambo. It'll just be like a stream long Gambo. You know, will he get it? Will he won't it? But yeah, you know. Welcome in, chat. I know, you know, like I said, it was a big day yesterday. I didn't stream yesterday. You know, this is the first stream since all the big news dropped. So, you know, we're talking about it. We're talking about it together. Uncle O'Grimacy, pretty big deal. He's back for the first time. Yeah, there's news. Uncle O'Grimacy is back at McDonald's for the first time in like 45 years. Uncle O'Grimacy, look, he was with the company. He brought us delicious Shamrock shakes. He was the one, they were his shakes. He brought them to us. And then he went, you know what? I just don't think I need to be here anymore. And he left. And then 45 years later, he decided to come back for Shamrock Shake season. And it's so nice to see him back. Wait, hate the way Uncle O'Grimacy sounds like Uncle O'Grimacy? Only if you're a freak. Only if you're an absolute freak, then yeah. If you're a normal person, then you know it's just Uncle O'Grimacy. It's like if someone in a boardroom was like, how do we take... Oh, the music's too loud now. Hold on. It was... That's better. I had turned it up because we were basing it off of like the pause menu music, which was apparently a lot lower than the regular music. So we should be... I don't have to scream over my audio now. That's... Sean, we're not making a Grimacy emote. That's not happening. Don't worry, you're in the clear on that one. It's not something you have to worry about. So there are actually a few, unless Sean, if you make it, I'm not paying you for it. I don't even know what it would be. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to see it. It doesn't need to be a part of my life. His name is Uncle O'Grimacy. Look, by slandering his name, it just seems like you're being culturally insensitive against our Gaelic friends. Uncle O'Grimacy. What color is Grimace's mom or dad? Well, okay, so going off the genealogy, right? Uncle O'Grimacy, we don't know the uncle on which side of Grimace's heritage. We don't know if this is Grimace's dad's brother or if this is Grimace's mom's brother. We need to fill out a few Punnett squares to see. We don't know if purple or green is a dominant or recessive Grimace hair color. So there's just a lot that we don't know. You had no idea that Uncle O'Grimacy was a thing. No, he's a thing. He is a real thing. We did not make him up. I wish I made him up. I wish I made him up. No, he is real. He is 100% real. He's not the worst. Uncle O'Grimacy. Respect your elders. Uncle O'Grimacy existed long before you or I. Unless you were alive in 1975, in which you could say, I predate Uncle O'Grimacy. He's older than the vast majority of us here in chat, and he is to be respected. He's not your uncle! He's Grimace's uncle! Unless you're related to Grimace, you don't have to worry about being related to Uncle O'Grimacy. The people's uncle. Oh. Hardly. Ew. Hold on. Testing, testing, testing. Okay, that's better. I think that's better. I felt like my noise gate was like a little too much. So I'm feeling better now. I may need to still mess with it like a little bit more, but I mean that's better. It's at least not driving me crazy anymore. He's the people's uncle. He's a good uncle. He's not like biologically your uncle. Don't worry, he's not. Yeah, Sean, thank you for using your Prime sub. Thank you so much. What's it if you don't vote? That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, anybody who doesn't attribute their subs towards a Pokemon name today, it can go towards O'Grimacy. That's fine. I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. There also, I do want to say there are a couple updates to our emotes, and I don't mean that just in the nature of like there's 4 new Uncle O'Grimacy emotes. I mean that in the fact of we are actually at capacity on our normal emotes right now, and for us to get more emote slots, it's a lot of subs. It's a whole lot of subs. I think it's like 1250. I would have to have like a 1250 concurrent subs to get another slot. So we did have to take some emotes off in order for O'Grimacy to make it in. One of those was a good and smart choice by your boy Larry here. The raid emote is now a follower emote instead of a emote that you sub for, which means that when we do raids chat, no matter if you're subbed or not, you can like spam the raid emote over in whoever's chat. I thought it was a very good idea. So the other part of it is that that freed up 1 slot, and then 2 other emotes went away. I doubt you'll even remember what they were. So don't follower emotes only work that way in your chat? Huh? Do they? Follower. Okay, you figured it out pretty quick. Wait. I thought that follower emotes were just as long as you followed, you had access to the emotes. Is that not how it works? Yeah, you figured out Trial's gone. You've never been able to use Miss outside of here? Wait, did I screw it up? The other was a sad moose. It's free to use in this chat? Oh no. I have to fix that. That means that nobody can use raid. Okay, we'll fix that. I'm gonna turn raid off. Which one? What do we want to be only here? If you're a sub, you can use a follower emote anywhere. Oh, so is it the same? Oh, okay. Then we'll leave it then. That's fine. Wait, hold on. Okay, fine. Okay, subs can still use it. That's so it's effectively the same thing. Well, fine. Now when people show up, you can spam the raid emote when they show up here. All right. Okay. Twitch, fix that. I was trying to do something nice for y'all, and it didn't. It backfired. Oh well. Oh well, I tried. Chat, don't say I didn't try to do good by you. Don't say I didn't try. Just like Uncle O used to make them in 1978. So good. It would get very cluttered. I guess that makes sense. I guess. But just let people have them. Just let people have them. It's fine. You know the craziest thing, Sean, because you're using the fedora, the Uncle O fedora tip. He didn't have a fedora in the 70s. That's a new thing that they added in. They took one look at this guy and they went, we haven't used him in 45 years. He's definitely a fedora-mancer now though, right? Ronald. Because fedoras are so cool. Aw, man. Did you say fedora-mancer? Yes, I did. Yeah. They're like, I think Grimace's uncle, like, watches, like, Aiden Ross. And talks about how no woman wants to have sex with him. And he doesn't get it. He's such a nice guy. He's like, I thought that they would be happy I sent them a picture of my wiener. But no, she had to go and be a bitch about it. Uncle Grimace uses kick. No. Here's the difference. I think McDonald's is trying to exude that aura. I don't think Uncle Grimace is like this. I think he's a great guy. I like Uncle Grimace. He's a pal of mine. Look, if he was a bad guy, we wouldn't have 4 emotes of him. Just texting people asking to see their shake. When do we get an Uncle Grimace fact stream? Never. No. Look, it's you give 5 subs and you get the shake song. But that's it. That's how this works. You don't get more than that. Sorry to break it to you. When we play the Burger King games, could we get Grimace facts? When are we playing the Burger King games? Do we know where Grimace was on January 6th? Technically, no. But look, let's say, just just... Let's say if Uncle O'Grimacy were perhaps inside the Capitol on January 6th.
Shamrock shakes, they're a beautiful green. They're much beautiful green that we never see.
Shamrock shakes, they're a beautiful green. Uncle O'Grimacy.
Amaya, thank you for the 5 sub pop. I love this new thing in Twitch where it does like the little, like it's like Amaya gifted 5 subs. It's so cool. It's so cool. I love it. I love it when somebody gives 100. That one looks really cool. But, no. Okay, so hold on for. You can't flex that hard. No, that's fine. No, I'm not asking you to. Chat, you beat me to it. I got interrupted by Amaya's gift subs. I was gonna say if, and this is just playing the argument here, right? If Uncle O'Grimacy happened to be at the Capitol on January 6th, in the eyes of the law, he's been pardoned for his crimes. I don't believe that Uncle O'Grimacy was inside the Capitol on January 6th. That's me. I'm just saying I don't think he was. But if he was, technically that's cool now. Technically that's cool now. So no, Uncle O'Grimacy wasn't there. I'm just saying if he was, it'd be fine. But he wasn't, I don't think. We can't turn Uncle O'Grimacy into a monster. I can't, no. I had Sean make so many emotes. I can't. If he's a monster, I have to take him away. He's only a monster in so much that he's a giant furry creature. How about that? He was covering his face for the cameras. Ugh. Was he the one wearing like the Viking helmet? Was that was that Uncle O'Grimacy? Is that why McDonald's gave him a fedora? Uncle O'Grimacy, they're gonna recognize you too hard if you wear the hat with the bull horns coming out of it. Wait, what's this? You Googled where was Uncle O'Grimacy on January 6th, and the overview said he was not seen publicly. After McDonald's threw all their mascots to the curb. Yeah, whatever happened to Sunday? Do you remember Sunday? Do you guys remember that Ronald McDonald had a dog? He was heavily featured in the cartoon show that you could buy at McDonald's back in the 90s. The Klasky Shopo Ronald McDonald show. Dude, they were making Rugrats, Rocket Power, and the Ronald McDonald show. I'm very sad that Uncle O'Grimacy didn't make it into the Ronald McDonald cartoon show. He did not. And when I found out that he didn't, I went, this stinks on ice. You know, classic Rocket Power. That show, I remember very little about it. I know, I remember that there were songs. I remember that I had the VHSs and I watched them more than a child should. But he had a dog named Sunday. I know that show, it was like Ronald, because there was like a live action component, and much like the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, there was a live action component that bookended the show, and then the cartoon like part of it was in the middle, and the cartoon part of it was the main like part of the show. But Sunday was in the live action parts too, because of course it was in Ronald's house. It was Ronald's dog, and he was just like a, you know, some weird strange puppet nightmare. Sunday was not a good looking dog. I'm sorry, you know, like he was an ugly dog. Sunday, Ronald's dog. Hold on, we're gonna Ronald McDonald. Oh my God, he looks so much worse than I remember. Okay. All right, chat. Hold on. We're gonna pull these up. Okay. No, I did it wrong. No. I was gonna say, this is Sunday. This is Sunday in the cartoon. This is Sunday in the live action parts of the show. The Wacky Adventures of Ronald McDonald. That's what it was called. Wait, it was on me? Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm such a loser. Okay, let's try this again. This was the cartoon version of Sunday. This is the live action version. It's so bad. It's so bad. It looks terrible. Zoom? No. It was from the 90s. Everything was 240p. You gotta watch it the way that God intended. Just oh, Larry reacts. Yeah, I'm just gonna create a react channel. Larry reacts to content. Ocean, what up? Wait, Larry, oh my God, wait, what? You did find an Onion article from 1997 about Uncle Grimace being part of the IRA and demanding year-round Shamrock Shakes. Well, look, that's not how culture works. Look, it's. I don't read what I read it. What do you want me to read? I read the thing. I read it. There was an Onion article. I read it. What am I missing? Oh, read the whole article? It's fake news. It's like fake. Look, Uncle Grimace. I'm not gonna further slander his name. It's fine. Wait, Sunday made an appearance on McDonald's shirts recently during the adult Happy Meal box promo. Which one? Was it during? It wasn't during the Nuggie Buddies. Was it during the Cactus Man one? Was it during that? The thing with the double eyes? Was Sunday really in there? Huh. Interesting. I didn't like the Cactus one. I wanted employees shirts. Oh. Well, shame that I wasn't a McDonald's employee then. I mean, I'm not one now, but I wasn't one then either. Oh my God, Seb, there's so much McDonald's lore. You don't even know how many characters there were. When everyone was like a giant like puppet. When they worked with the people who made HR Puffin stuff and made like McDonald's Land. Dude, commercials used to be so good. They used to be so good. Like they literally sang like they made Uncle Grimace and then they sang a song about him. He came in and he was like, Faith and Begorra. Boy, hurdy, I sure am done eating all these potatoes. Oh, it's me, boy Grimace. Like, it just completely just like totally culturally stereotyping, just the most, like, they're like, what do the Irish do? They say faith in Bagora. Should we put potatoes in the Shamrock Shake? No, we shan't do that. They would not taste good. Oh, I'm sorry, Canadians, you're right. I forgot Uncle O'Grimacy is Canadian. We decided. We watched the 2 commercials and realized he was very Canadian. Man, the McDonald Land stuff's crazy. Because it was actually there. It's like a whole thing where the HR Puffin stuff guys like ended up like suing McDonald's. Like there was like contract breach stuff. Oh, McDonald Land. Oh my God. Come on, everyone. Let's take a trip to McDonald Land. We don't need to shiny hunt. We'll just take a trip to McDonald Land real quick. Hold on. Where is it? I think it's this one.
My name is Darryl Rodriguez.
All right, not Daryl Rodriguez.
Get yourself ready for a trip through McDonald Land. Take along a friend and grab a hold of Ronald's hand. Follow Ronald McDonald through the land of apple pie trees. And don't be surprised if you meet Big Mac and Big Cheese. There's thick shake volcanoes, you'll even find a French fry thatch. Now just turn around and see if you won't find a hamburger patch as you're heading for a McDonald's in McDonald Land, a McDonald's in McDonald Land, a McDonald's.
So good. So good. So yeah, like there was like a whole thing, there was like a lawsuit. And so that's like why I don't think they can't use Officer Big Mac, and they can't use I don't remember if they can't use like Mayor McCheese, but like Big Mac is like a policeman in McDonald Land. They can't use him. But yeah, I mean, like, have you ever seen like HR Puffin stuff? Like it's horrifying. Like they used to show this to kids.
Push your bed when things get rough. HR Puffin stuff. Can't do a little 'cause you can't do enough. Once upon a summertime.
Yeah, we're gonna skip to the like he goes to this part. Yeah.
From her broom broom in the sky, she watched her plans materialize. She waved her wand. The beautiful boat was gone. The skies grew dark, the sea grew rough, and the boat sailed on and on and on and on.
We haven't even seen HR Puffin stuff yet. There he is!
He knew exactly what to do. He saw the witch's boat attack, and as the boy was fighting back, he called his rescue racer crew as often they'd rehearse, and off to save the boy they flew.
Like the McDonald's marketing people saw this and they went, "We need this. This is what McDonald Land should be." HR Puffin stuff. When things get tough. HR Puffin stuff. Can't do a little 'cause you can't do enough. And that's what y'all are missing out on. Have I seen the first version of Snuffleupagus? Yes. Have you seen the early versions of Big Bird? Like, And before he almost blew up on the Challenger, like crazy. You guys are missing out. Absolutely. Oh, it was Kerwin Frost when Sunday returned? The Kerwin Frost stuff was good. Kerwin Frost, I got all the Nuggy buddies. Those were, the toys were so good. Like 70s was when, yeah, stuff for children was like weird. Stuff's before your time. It's before my time too. Sometimes you just gotta you gotta like go back and learn your history. Yes, we do have the golden nug thanks to the lovely mod team. A golden nug did show up in my doorstep, and it was amazing. It did make my day, my week, my month, and even year. There has to be a college class on McDonald's history somewhere. Probably. Coda, how's it going? How's the hunting going? Good. We're getting a little off track. We're getting a little interrupted by my intrusive 70s thoughts, but you know, it's good. It's good. Look, I don't know. Some dude. Look, it was the 70s. Some McDonald's marketing guy was watching 70s pornography, or as they called it at the time, pornography, and just saw the world's biggest bush and went, that looks like the forest from HR Puffin stuff. What if McDonald's did that too? We could do that. We have McDonald's marketing money. Everything's great. HR Puffin stuff is a porn name. That's why the connection was made. Sean, you can't go McDonald's. No, that's not how fedoras work. I think I'm super happy to see that McDonald's is bringing back Uncle O'Grimacy, because maybe they're ready to become freaks. Like, that's the hope here. Capitalize on nostalgia, but like nobody would be nostalgic for it unless they were like 50 years old. Oh man. What are the odds of getting a shiny? 1 in 4096. So we're about 1/10 of the way there right now, give or take. Like, there could be 10 more streams just like this. They're good. 50-50, we either get it or we don't. Very true. True! That's how statistics works. That's what I learned in that statistics class I didn't take. Honestly, I feel like I should have taken statistics. The problem is that when you're on like I don't know, like I guess like if you're on like AP track, you don't take statistics. You take because it's like in middle school you end up taking like pre-algebra, and then you do like algebra 1, geometry, algebra, or you take algebra, geometry, pre-calc, and calculus. And it's like, I feel like calculus was never useful to me, but statistics might have been. We have both and don't recommend calc anymore unless you're going into STEM. Good, it's useless for me, an English major. Completely useless. So that's all it is. What's up? You got your shiny Piplup in platinum? Oh, you know you can do that so much easier in the new games, right? I'm kidding. That's fun. I'm glad you had a good time getting that's like you reset the start of the game, right? That's Gen 4. Back when Pokemon used to let you start with a shiny starter. If they ever let that happen again, we're resetting the start of the game until you can get a shiny. We absolutely are. There's no way we wouldn't. I don't know. Maybe we wouldn't. That would be so much more time before going to class. Like, could have done it. I mean, if you had fun doing it in Platinum, that's what matters. If you wanted to get it done fast, Scarlet and Violet would have been so much faster. But like, sometimes it's about the journey and not the destination. Like, people definitely like go on those like insane like Manaphy hunts, the ones where you have to like beat the entirety of Pokemon Ranger, get the egg, transfer it into a Gen 4 game, then transfer it into another game, then hatch, see if it's shiny. If it's not, reset, transfer it to another game, hatch it, see if it's shiny. It's the Manaphy. If you've never seen the steps that you have to do now, you can do like a Pokedex in Home. Like, that just announced it like a week ago, and you can get shiny Manaphy now. It's like it's so much easier. What's that? Johnstone? Is that that's the place where Yogi Bear and Boo Boo live, right? Put out a video getting the entire Gen 4 desk is shinies. Oh man. You got your shiny Enamorus already? I've never really used Home. I've used Home, like the free version, but I don't have, like, I need to like start working on like the living decks in there. Cause there's a bunch of freebies now. There's like a bunch of like free shinies. I need to like put together, like, you know, grab my shinies from all my games and put them in there. Home is where you put your Rejects. But yeah, if you've never seen what you had to do, it was wild, because it was exactly what I was saying. Is that it was like a coding oversight, I think, is basically the way that it worked. And so they didn't intend for like you to be able to get shiny Manaphy. So the way that they said it was that like if you played Pokemon Ranger, you had to play the entirety of Pokemon Ranger for the DS. Then when you beat it, you could do like a special mission, and when you beat the special mission, it gave you a Manaphy egg that you could transfer into like your mainline Pokemon game. The insane thing about it is that it doesn't, like, you only get one per game. You can't like replay the story, like delete the save file, replay the story, and get another Manaphy egg. It's literally one per game cartridge. So you have to like find like a ranger that has the egg still, do the whole game, get the egg, and then the egg is we were just talking about it. Yeah, it's literally available once per cartridge. So you transfer the egg to a Pokemon game. And the way that they do it is they go, the Manaphy is not supposed to be shiny. So like we give it like this like ID that is based on the trainer ID of like the trainer that it's going to. And so like it is done in a way so that like literally it can't be shiny, except if you trade the Manaphy egg to then a second Gen 4 game, then because it'll do the thing based off of the trainer ID, and because the trainer ID is different and was preset when it was delivered to the first game, you can now have it in a way where the Manaphy can be shiny. So literally, you get 2 Gen 4 Pokemon games, and Ranger. You beat Ranger, you grab the egg, you transfer it to a game. Then you get another Gen 4 game, you play it up, which takes about like 35 minutes, up until you can trade. You trade the Manaphy egg into that game, save the game. You walk around until the egg hatches, and you see if it's shiny. If it's not shiny, you reset that game so that the Manaphy is still an egg. Then in your first game, you start a new game, you play for 35 minutes until you're at the point where you can receive a trade. You trade the Manaphy egg into that game and then walk around and hatch it and see if it's shiny. And you do that back and forth with a 1 in 8,092 chance. I think 8192. No, 8196. Right? Yeah, 4092, so it's doubled. Yeah, it's 1 in 8196 until you land on the right trainer ID combination. 4096, 8192. Yeah, 1 in 8192. So you just keep going back and forth until you land on the right trainer combination, and then the Manaphy can be shiny. It is the absolute worst shiny hunt in the entirety of Pokemon. It is the worst one. How's Tom's Ribbon Master going? I don't know. We're playing with Tom tomorrow, so we can ask him, but I actually haven't seen him. I mean, granted, I don't pay attention to every single game he's playing in his entire schedule every single week, but I haven't seen him working on it. That's next after Regice? No. The one next after Regice would be Shiny Regigigas? You do Gigas and then you get access to Drago or Alecki, right? Is that how it works? Glad you weren't into shiny hunting when you were younger. I wanted to be. You have to have Drago and Alecki to get Gigas. Oh, so you literally can't get Gigas without somebody like gifting you the other one? He's over 1,000 attempts, but it doesn't have it yet. You think all the G's in Regigigas are pronounced the same? Well, you're wrong. Regigigas. No, or Reggie Jesus. That's a totally different guy. Hey man, it's me, Reggie Jesus. I'm Arceus' son. He sent me here to die for your sins. And Uncle O'Grimacy, you committed a lot of sins. Whole lot of sins. He didn't. We're kidding. A lot of sins on January 6th. Yeah, but not the ones you think they are. His sins were possession of that green, if you know what I mean, in a state where it wasn't legal. That was his sins. See, here's the thing. Uncle O'Grimacy couldn't be at January 6th because he's not around in January anyway. He's only around in like February and March. God, he makes them so good. He was just committing massive amounts of tax fraud. So he hibernates? He might. He might. He might hibernate in McDonald land. He doesn't hibernate here though. Uncle O'Grimacy's here to stay. This is not a one-time thing. We're keeping these emotes. We'll also, I will very likely change, I'll change the sub notification back after this stream, but the 5 bomb will be here to stay. I'll make it so that the Babam and Uncle O'Grimacy are both active, and it'll just choose between the two of them. At Christmas, can you get him a Santa hat? You know, we could talk about it. But see, we can't though. He's hibernating. That's when he hibernates. Christmas time isn't O'Grimacy time. Uncle O'Grimacy comes out for Canada Day. He comes out for Canada Day. Wait, what? Can't wait until your next stream when you forget to remove. Oh, I didn't even realize, Sean. I just didn't even put 2 and 2 together that you changed your emote to an Uncle O'Grimacy. I didn't even. I went, oh, that pineapple's kind of green. I appreciate you taking part in praising Uncle O'Grimacy. The only important thing that happened yesterday, clearly. The only thing that happened yesterday worth talking about, and it didn't even happen yesterday. It actually happened 2 days ago, but the news really didn't break until yesterday. But it's literally all I saw on Twitter. Just left, right, and center. Everyone was talking about Uncle O'Grimacy. That was it. Gonna honor and respect the news. They just went, man, it was crazy. Like, this guy was gone from McDonald's for so long, and then he came back. Isn't that wild? That's so crazy, right? It trended at number 3 on YouTube. What, the Today Show spot that Uncle O'Grimacy was on? That's awesome. I didn't even know. Yeah, that's great. That's so great. Good for Uncle O'Grimacy. McDonald's must be really hyped. Oh, I bet. No, Sean, no. 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 No, bad. Someone spray Sean with the bottle, please. Teach him a lesson. Can't be talking about that. Oh, Grimacy. No. I'm just glad we have another animated emote. I have so many. They gave so many animated emote slots. They gave like an obscene amount of animated emote slots, and we just haven't used them. Boggers. I'm glad that chat is up for this stream, so that the YouTube audience can understand what's going on. Usually they can't see you guys, but the irony is you haven't done any of your animated slots. Really, Sean? Really? Wow. You should. You probably should, Sean. You could do that. Like, Sean, the glory is you can make all your own emotes, and you don't have to commission anybody. You have what we refer to in the business as talent. I'm both a hack and a fraud. And I have to go, Sean, Sean, help me. Just like for the Rivals channel, when I had to go, Jamie, help. Jamie, I don't know how to draw. Larry's controlling the narrative. What? I'm not controlling the narrative. I'm just speaking the truth. There was one thing that happened yesterday, and it was Uncle O'Grimacy coming back. That was literally the only thing. It made me go get a Shamrock Shake. it made me drive to McDonald's. And let me tell you, chat, I didn't have a lot of time. It's basically my day. I was working on some shorts for Jeremy. And then it was like, then I had to, because I'm kind of busy tomorrow, and I needed to do some job hunting. So I did my job hunting, and then I started cooking dinner, and then did more job hunting, and then went back to cooking dinner, and then was like going back and forth with Sean on the emotes, and then like finished making dinner, and then I was like, okay, it doesn't seem like everybody's ready to eat dinner, so I'm gonna go grab the Shamrock Shakes, because I got one for Nicole too. So then I did that, and then I came back, and then we ate dinner and watched Ted Lasso, and that's why I was late to stream. Because Ted Lasso is like 50 minutes long, but I was like, it'll be over at like 10:02. That's fine. We could start the stream at 10:02. But that's all I know. It's just like Uncle Grimacy came back. I was so excited. I had to go to McDonald's, get a Shamrock Shake. Look, when you're when you're as big a fan as Uncle O'Grimacy as I am, the thought of him returning to McDonald's is really rather exciting. Now, look, I understand that Uncle O'Grimacy is a controversial figure. I understand that some people felt like he shouldn't have left McDonald's. I understand that some people are, not excited about his return, but I am. I'm very excited. I got a Shamrock Shake for me and none for y'all in the basement? Well, no, of course not. I'm sorry. You can exit out the silo door, go run to McDonald's and get yourself a Shamrock Shake. I'm not gonna stop you. Look, I got one. Look, I only had. We hadn't had the level 4 hype train yet. I only had enough money to get a Shamrock Shake for me and Nicole. I like to imagine that that's what Regice tastes like. Regice is probably the most like lickable Pokemon, which is pretty cool. Like I feel like Regirock would probably be like licking a salt lick. It would just be really salty and bad. And then licking Registeel would be like licking like a Honda Civic, which like I don't know, if it's too cold out, you'd probably get like an electrical shock. Most lickable is certainly a choice of words. I mean, I think it's probably the most lickable. Name a more lickable Pokemon. Vanillite. Oh, okay. Look, the ice cream Pokemon. That's cheating. You can't go with the ice cream Pokemon and say that's the most lickable one. Klefki. Do you Pikachu is more lickable? No. What? No, ew. Pikachu's a mascot. That's like going to Disney World and licking Mickey Mouse. You don't do it. Oh my god, you guys have so many lick pinions. Klefki is wrong. Do you know what licking a Honda Civic is like? I don't. See, I'm very car illiterate. I just said Honda Civic because I thought it was funnier than saying car. Sorry, giving you an insight into like, the joke. Saying Honda Civic and being very specific was more funny to me than just saying car. I don't know what a Honda Civic looks like. I imagine it's kind of like car shaped and has 4 wheels. But like beyond that, like if you told me like if you lined up 5 cars and went point to the Honda Civic, I'd have a 20% chance of being right. I don't know what it looks like. The only cars that I like could tell you by name are the ones that like I've owned, and that's about it. Which would like lead to being like 2 cars. And that's it. That's all I know. I could tell you a truck and a bus and a car and an SUV. Oh, I could tell you like a Cybertruck because those things are so awful. And then like I could tell you like a Tesla, but I mean that's not a car, that's a brand, you know. So, but that's about as good as I could do. We did look. No, we had a Pokemon Smash. We had a Pokemon Smasher Pass, but that was about like having carnal relations with Pokemon. That wasn't about licking them. Licking is not inherently sexual. You guys are just jumping to sexual conclusions, and that's not my fault. Like if I licked Regice, I just imagine it would taste like a Shamrock Shake. I'm not getting sexual pleasure out of that. I'm getting like gourmet pleasure out of that. It's a different like tingle in your brain. Because it's not a tingle that puts a tingle in your dingle. It's a tingle that puts like a tingle on your tongue, right? So GameCon, thank you for giving that gift sub to I Believe. What? You don't like Uncle O Grimacy? Appleton's pretty lickable. Appleton is pretty lickable. That one just tastes like an apple. Regular Regice is just ice, but I mean this is effectively just ice, but it tastes delicious. Dude, Uncle O Grimacy is catching up to Ice Ice, baby. Catching so far up. You love chewing ice? I'm not much of an ice chewer. Not for me. Game, thank you for that sub though. Thank you so much. Thank you for awakening Uncle O Grimacy. We all really appreciate it.
Shamrock Shakes, they're a beautiful green. Uncle O Grimacy.
It's so good. It's so good. Game, thank you for giving out those 5 gifteronies. I'll blow the green kazoo for that. Thank you so much. All right, this is a shiny for sure. It's not. Sometimes it's just you go in with the confidence, but it didn't pay off. Clamperl is pretty lickable. I don't understand. Why would that be? I feel like it would just be too salty. Just Clamperl's always underwater. Clamperl's an ocean dwelling creature. What's that game you want to lick? You want to lick rock types? See, but it's like licking a salt lick though. It'd be real gross. Have you ever licked a salt lick? I have. I had a friend who like had like a salt lick in his house in high school, and that was like it was like the house like it was like the I don't know, not that like bad things happened, but just it was like usually very unsupervised. Although mostly all we did was like play video games and like hang out. Like someone would be on the computer, someone would be playing like Xbox 360. A couple people would be watching whoever was playing Xbox 360. But yeah, there was a salt lick, and I got convinced to lick the salt lick, and it was, guess what? It's real salty, and it's not tasty. Do not lick random rocks. Well, it wasn't a random rock. It was a rock like that I knew. It was my friend's rock, right? But it didn't taste good, and I wouldn't recommend it. Which Pokemon tastes like licking a Switch cartridge? Grimer's a good guess. Gorbis, probably Gorbis. Look, I didn't ask to lick the rock. I'm pretty sure that I was like goaded into licking the rock. You know, you have it the wrong way around. I don't just go to people's houses and ask to lick their rocks. I'm not, that's not my thing, okay? Yeah, I mean, like, look, if you're gonna lick a rock, you want to make sure that it's a rock you know. So, like, we're good. We're good, okay? It's fine. I mean, yes, they were, I'm sure they were goading me into licking the rock, which means that, like, the consent there is, like, a given. You know, if they go, come on, gotta lick the rock, you gotta lick the salt lick, right? Like, that, what's up? The only minerals you can lick are clear or opaque white. Sure. Well, here's what I'm gonna say. I licked the rock, and that was half a lifetime ago, and I'm still ticking. So, like, based off of my own scientific research, probably fine. I'm like the guy on Twitter who's drinking horse electrolytes, where like it's probably bad, but he's literally as healthy as a horse. So and like no one else is gonna try it. He's like the horse electrolyte guy. Nobody else is gonna drink the horse electrolytes. But like, you know, we only have the one test subject to go off of, and it's the guy, and he's doing great. So, you know, I mean, like, I'm gonna tell you, just like as you're doing to me, you're saying, like, I'd advise you to not lick rocks. And I'm going, like, but I licked the rock and I was fine. I would advise you not to drink horse electrolytes, even though this one guy is drinking them and he's fine. Why did your friend have a salt lick? I don't know. It was, well, I gotta, like, what, it's just a salt lick? Is it just like a rock that is salt? Salt lick. Not Salt Lick Barbecue. Yeah, oh yeah, it's just like like the pink and white rock. Yeah. Yeah, they just had a salt lick. Yeah, that was it. It's not really pink. I don't know. It was a half a lifetime ago. I don't remember. I don't know. You can give salt licks to horses and sometimes rodents. Okay, well, look, see, again, it's like, much like the guy is drinking horse electrolytes and he's fine, I apparently licked the horse rock and I'm cool. Like, it's good. What's good, you know, much as what's good for the goose is good for the gander, what's good for the horse is good for the human. That's what they always say. You can quote me on that one. What's good for the horse is good for the human. Chat, I gotta ask a question. Does anybody know what I'm talking about when I say the guy who's drinking horse electrolytes? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Please, there's gotta be somebody who knows. Yes, 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 the horse guy. Yes. Okay. So there was this guy, this must have been like 6 months ago, on Twitter, where he goes, he's like, I wish I had the tweets. It would take us way too long to find them, because I don't even know what the account is. It's just like, it's one of those that in Elon Musk's Twitter just gets pushed. And so once every couple months I see an update from the horse electrolyte guy. It's so good. So basically what happened, probably like I said about 6 months ago, there's this guy who just tweets. He goes, he's tweeting about this, and he's like, I'm tired of buying Gatorade. I instead was at like the farm supplies store, and I found that they had this giant bucket of horse electrolytes for like it's real cheap. And he's like, I mean, this is basically the same stuff that's in like Gatorade, but oh my god, it's so much cheaper. I'm just gonna drink the horse electrolytes and I'll get back to you. And then he updated like a week later, and he's like, I feel better than I ever have. He's like, I'm more energized. The horse electrolytes help me. I don't have hangovers. This is great. So like, then he disappeared, and then he came back like 2 or 3 months later, and he's like, hey, just giving an update, just so you know, didn't die. Still drinking the horse electrolytes, still great. And then like he came back like just like a week or two ago. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. And he's like, basically this will explain a lot, because just the situation or whatever is, he came back. I mean, it was probably a little bit longer than 2, but he came back and he was like, I have a job now that provides me health insurance, so I can finally afford to go to the doctor. So I'm gonna go to the doctor and I'm gonna see what's going on and see if there are any adverse effects to me drinking horse electrolytes. And lo and behold, he did have blood work done, and he shared the blood work, and he's like, my blood's good, baby. I'm gonna drink these horse electrolytes until I die, which will realistically probably be in 1 to 2 years, because he shouldn't be drinking horse electrolytes. But yes, there is a man on Twitter. You just have to like, I would probably just Google like Twitter horse electrolytes, and you could probably find someone who's documented the story. But it is a hoot. So you know, if this man can drink horse electrolytes every single day and he doesn't explode, right? I can lick the horse rock one time like 18 years ago, and it's not a big deal. And it's just not a big deal. It's fine. Jeff, what's your rock related story? The horse rock is a slow killer. It wasn't like, this wasn't somebody who like lived on a farm or anything. The salt lick wasn't being licked by other animals. The only other animal that may have been licked by was human. This was just like a thing that like, and it may not have been a salt lick. It just may have been some other sort of salty geode. There was just some sort of like rock that sat on the shelf that was salty. I mean, we must have known it was salty. Somebody must have licked it beforehand and known it was salty. And I got goaded into licking it, and I licked it, okay? That's all there is. Larry, did you ever lick CDs? No, I did not lick CDs. I've licked the Switch cartridge. Nobody ever said that a CD tasted bad, so I never licked one. Of course I licked the Switch cartridge. I'll put that fucker in my mouth right now. It doesn't taste good, but that's more of like a baby thing. That's like the reason that the Switch cartridge tastes bad is they make it taste bad. They know that, like, they go, this thing is very small, and Nintendo consoles are family consoles, which means that babies are gonna be around, and a baby's gonna eat the Switch cartridge. So if we make it taste bad, the baby will spit it out and then not eat it. Yeah, Ocean, you got me. Great, cool. CD's nuts. Wow, that was, I had a feeling I knew where it was going. I actually just read what you said, and it was way more explicit than what I was imagining. Holy guacamole. Wow, you got me harder than I realized. Ooh, woo. What is the worst tasting game? They all taste the same. They don't have, well, I guess I don't know that. I've probably licked about 2 in my day. I think I'd like definitely licked Zelda, because like that was the first game that came out, right? Like Zelda's probably, on average, Zelda's probably the most licked Switch game, because that was, the news came out right when the Switch came out. Everybody had Zelda. I mean, everyone has Mario Kart. Mario Kart wasn't out yet. So everyone, it was, I imagine it was a situation where like everybody did this. They read the article that said, hey, don't lick Switch cartridges, they taste bad. And then everyone went, well, how bad do they realistically taste? And everybody licked them, and everybody realized that they're very sour. But like everyone did it. Chat, it's safe space. We can all agree that we all licked the Switch cartridges when we first heard that story. Pink Gary, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Thanks for jumping into chat. You either licked them or you didn't live. Those are the 2 options we have here. So it's like I licked it at the time, and I was like, yeah, it's pretty sour. It doesn't taste good. So like, I'm sure I licked Zelda. I think I must have licked a second one at some point in time. We can, I mean, like, you know, I mean, like, Donkey Kong's new, you know, DK just came out. I mean, we could see if the flavors changed, you know. I'm not saying I want to, I'm just saying we could see, you know, if there's a difference between like old Switch taste and new Switch taste. The real question is going to be whether the Switch 2 cartridges are going to taste any different. Don't do it. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't worry. A horse didn't lick Donkey Kong before me. It's fine. It's okay. I think if I lick the Switch cartridge, I will live. The whole idea was that Nintendo was like, we don't need babies eating these. They're not gonna go like, well, we don't want babies eating these, so we should probably make them out of a material that'll kill the baby if the baby licks the Switch cartridge. Because look, if the baby was gonna lick the cartridge, they potentially were gonna lick it again, so we should just poison the baby. Literally just throw the baby out with the bathwater, call it a day. We need a tier list. They all taste the same. All the Switch cartridges are gonna taste the same. Like, I mean, again, unless Nintendo got like, you know, made Cool Ranch and didn't tell me, they all taste the same. How do I know? I technically don't. You know what? You know how I know? There would have been an article that said Nintendo changed the flavor of the Switch cartridge. Cause like, surely there's like somebody at IGN whose job it is. Like, it's like Lenny the Licker. Like, they go, Lenny, new batch of Switch games came in. You know, and I doubt that they have Lenny lick every single one, but it's probably like every like 3 to 4 months, maybe like every 4 months they go, Lenny, here's Donkey Kong. You licked Echoes of Wisdom. You mentioned that you didn't think that there was a change, but you know, Donkey Kong's like 4 months newer. Maybe they changed the flavor. And he's like, they haven't changed the flavor the last 18 times. Is Lenny my Lenny is not my alter ego. I do not work at IGN. It was funny because I saw Greg Miller like reminiscing, like, you know, when it's like his anniversary of like starting an IGN. He always like shares that like the email that he got from the guy that hired him, where it's like, wow, Greg, we really like your resume. You know, yeah, we're interested in talking to you. And I'm just like, wow, you mean like a human looked at your resume? And like, I didn't know that you could like, when you applied for a job that like, I didn't know that anybody actually could respond to you. That's impressive. I wasn't aware that that was a thing that could happen. So, you know, but I do imagine that, you know, sometime after Greg Miller, Lenny the Licker got hired at IGN, and about every 4 months they just go like, Lenny, it's time to lick it. You know, gotta give it a lick, gotta see. You know, I mean, he was probably the guy that broke the story in the first place. Well, I don't know. I'm trying to, I guess I don't know for sure. I guess I don't 100% know for sure. I don't know if Lenny the Licker is the guy that they just forced to lick the things, or if he's the guy that enthusiastically licks the things. Because it could go either way. It could have been like a hazing thing, you know, where they like, maybe he got hired when the Switch came out, and they went, hey Lenny, hey newbie, come over here and give this a lick. And he goes, I don't want to get fired, so I guess I'll lick it. And they go, oh my God, he actually did it. Lenny the Licker, Lenny the Licker. And you know, it stuck. That may be how it went down. I don't 100% know. Wait, Lenny's starting to develop a resistance to the flavors that keep making it worse. That would be interesting. I feel like, but I do feel like it's baseline bad enough. You know, I mean, I feel like once every 4 months, he's not going to develop an immunity. It's just he's gonna be like, that still tastes bad. If he was licking them weekly, then sure. Phew! That was going to be the shiny because I had to turn away to sneeze, but then it wasn't. The universe decided to not be funny there. His resume talks about how many salt licks he's tried. Maybe I should add that to my resume. Oh, I did come up with a good trick recently. I'm not like applying for a lot of like editing jobs because I'm looking more like for like producery stuff. Although editing jobs certainly sure keep finding me. But any Hoosers, I did realize what I need to do because, of course, I'm just talking to AIs. I learned how I need to go about doing my cover letter if I am going for an editing position, which is that I need to talk in the cover letter about how it's like I am an avid editor with, you know, a decade of the experience under my belt. But of course, saying I'm an like lowercase a avid editor, like I am an enthusiastic editor. I come to the table ready to edit. I'm an avid editor. Hoping that the AI will think that I'm saying I'm an avid capital A editor using Avid, the software program. And that's how I trick the AI into thinking that I have a bullet point on my resume that I don't have. And people at my old job thought of me as one of the premier editors in our department. After all, I was an avid editor the entire time I was there. Final cut. Sony Vegas! I just... like, just not even clever. Just like in the middle of, like, I would be very excited to work here. Sony Vegas! DaVinci Resolve! I hope I make the final cut. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, oh, what is it? Hold on, I'm working it out. She avid on my premiere until I resolve. Is that anything? Is that anything? I'm gonna put that in every, that'll be like in between paragraphs in white font, so that a human, not that a human's reading it anyway, but that a human doesn't see it, but the AI picks up the text. And then they go, yep, that's our guy. Marf Man 101, thank you so much for the raid. Marf Madness, welcome in. Welcome the gosh dang in. And the Sega Master! Sega, welcome in. Is this double raid happening? Were y'all together, or was this a random happenstance? Raiders from both streams, Sega and Marf. Raiders, thank you so much. Welcome in. Hello. If you've never been here before, Raiders, hi. It me, Larry. This is where I am. So nice to see you here. Hi, I'm a variety streamer, content creator. We're hunting for shiny Regice and celebrating the big news from yesterday, the return of the guy himself after being gone for so long. Of course, we're talking about Uncle Grimacy coming back to McDonald's. Very exciting news. Love to see it. Thank you guys so much for sharing your communities over here. I really appreciate it. Oh, you guys were racing an Elden Ring DLC. Nice! That sounds super fun. I've not played the Elden Ring DLC because when it came out, I was playing some other game and then I just forgot to play it. It just got to the point where I went, whoops. Well, that passed me by. Whoopsie. I hope you guys had a great time. Hope it was fun. It's something. Oh no. Oh, is the Elden Ring DLC not good? You not enjoying it? Oh, preview for tomorrow. Sega will be a part of, as usual, a part of the Mario Boys. As we do tomorrow, we're doing, if I'm remembering this correctly, I think I've kept up with the chat. We are doing a 4v4 competition. We are trying to see, it's not, if I'm getting this right, you're gonna DM me? Okay. If I'm getting this right, if I remember correctly, we are splitting into teams of 4, and we're all 8 of us are trying to get 120 stars, but it's not like a race to see which team can get 120 first. It's which team gets more out of the 120. If I got it right, if I understood correctly. And if it's not that, it'll be something else. Game says yes. Oh yeah, Game's gonna be there too. I got it right. I understood. I read and I had reading comprehension, and I read and I understood. Game, you've been here though. Game, you've been here in chat, and you're also here. You're also here way more than Sega. So when Sega shows up, it's like a little treat. It's like, oh, Sega's here. When you're here, it's like, yep, there's game again. There he is again. When you're here, you're not family. When you're here, you're here. That's Cece's Pizza, though. That's Cece's Pizza. When you're here, you're here. Regice, are you shiny yet? Bro. What, 562? That means that we're over 10% of the way there, at least. So that's nice. And we found both rock and steel under 4096. So statistically, we'll also find ice under 4096. That's how math works, I'm pretty sure. Yes, Ocean, statistically. We know how statistics work. It's 100% of the time we find it under we find it under odds, which means that it's gonna happen again. It's like, this is literally a situation. If we flipped a coin and it landed heads twice, it'll land heads thrice. Duh. It just means that that coin is like weighted towards heads. Obviously. No. Your Celebi battles would beg to differ. Well, look, that's Celebi. Pocket Celebi is weighted to fall tails. Just like the Misty coin is weighted to be an immediate tails 80% of the time. It's like the statistics on the Misty flip are, it's like the first coin is like an 80% chance tails, 20% chance heads. The second coin is actually 50-50. The third coin is like 80% is probably like 75% chance heads, 25% chance tails. And then the fourth coin is like probably 60-40 heads. The fifth coin is probably like 90-10 tails. And then speaking of odds and attempts, I did check. In Tom's last shiny Quag hunt, he ended at 3,600. Ooh, okay. And he's playing on a game that's 8,000, right? Isn't it the 8192? What's that? Had someone miss 8 flips against you when one would have been rough. Dude, it's why Celebi's bad. That's why Celebi's bad. It's because the coin flips are not on your side. I don't know if the like Pokemon communication has made it any better. I feel like it might be a little bit better with you know, being able to get to Superior like a little bit more. I'm really happy to see that Gyarados is still like top tier. So that way, as I'm like building the other decks, I can still just continue to play Gyarados. And then I just go, Hitmonlee doesn't exist. Hitmonlee doesn't exist. No. It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. I won't run into Hitmonlee. And then if I do, if they have Hitmonlee out on the bench, and they can kill Magikarp in one turn, I just concede. Easy as that. The thing that's bumming me out is I was like, I have 2 Magnezone, which I've seen is like really good, and I have 1 Darkrai EX, and I'm like, I'm just 1 Darkrai short of like really being able to build like the Darkrai Magnezone deck, and then I'm like, no, I'm not 1 Darkrai short because I never got Magneton from Genetic Apex, so I can't build that deck because I'm missing 2 cards from a pack that I'm not pulling right now. Still at 0 Darkrai EX. Oh, I've like definitely like I've wonder picked Darkrai the most and haven't hit. What you call it? I definitely like. I wonder picked a Yanmega, so I have 2 Yanmega. I have 2 Yanmega. I have 2 Infernape, but I don't have Moltres EX. So it's like another one where I'm like, well, I can't do Infernape Moltres because I don't have 2. I don't even have 1 Moltres. You have 4 Palkia. I have 2 Dialga now. I pulled a second Dialga today. I have the immersive Dialga, and I have I have the immersive Dialga, and I have a regular Dialga. And I pulled a second full art, or like the alt art Shaman, which I don't know if Shaman's being used in anything. I saw a deck that was like Venusaur Shaman, but it's like not necessarily like really good. It is a thing you can do. Rainbow rares look good. Hope you can get one day. I have the Rainbow Gallade. I hit that. I've been pulling more Dialga than Palkia. I think I'm gonna start pulling Palkia now because I want to get some Palkias. But I've been pulling Dialga because I want the Darkrai, but I'm like, maybe I just try to pull the Darkrai and Wonder Pick. But really with like the 2 Yanmegas, the 2 Dialgas, 1 Darkrai. I need to look at what else is in Dialga. It's literally you right now, just give you the Darkrai. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I had pretty good luck because I've pulled I used a lot of my tokens, and I pulled like 30 packs of Dialga, and I pulled 20 packs of Palkia. And my Palkia packs were really nothing to write home about. But one of my second set of Dialga pulls was ridiculous. I got like a good pull from the first like 5 packs. Because I got like full art Dialga. I got the Rainbow art Gallade. I got full art Dawn, and 2 other things. But it was like, I was just like, every pack was like, oh my god, what a great pull. Oh my god, what a great pull. And then luck would have it, I was like, oh, because I was looking for Darkrai. I was like, I think Darkrai was one of the 5 that I pulled as well. And I was like, I have enough. I'm gonna pull like 10 more packs of Dialga, and then I'm gonna go back to hoarding resources for like the next set. And I pulled 10 packs, and I didn't get anything higher than like a rare. Yeah, the last one I showed you guys, that 10 pack was like awful. Ocean Boy 86, thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. Welcome in. Lovely to see you here. Any known meta decks using Mars? I don't think so. I've seen like a lot of, I feel like the most hotly contested thing is Cyrus v Sabrina. And the answer to that is really like, is your deck swiping at things on the bench? Use Cyrus. does your deck want to pull things off the bench and like get things out of the active zone? Use Sabrina. Maybe use one of each if it's kind of a mix. Like, you know, but it's like they do very different things, and Cyrus isn't a replacement, and it's like they both have their uses. Yeah, the thing that pissed me off was because I haven't updated the Gyarados deck at all. I only have one Cyrus. I don't even know what you pull out of that deck, honestly, to make room for new cards. But I was playing up against a Gyarados deck, and they they used Greninja to smack my Magikarp, and then Cyrus'd it into the active zone, and I was like, oh yeah, you should play Cyrus in this deck because it's crazy. Because Greninja can just snipe something and then you can Cyrus it. That's so smart. But yeah, I don't know what you would actually like do. Mind if you just listen? Absolutely, happy to. Yeah, if you want to just listen in, if you just want to hang out and you want to vibe, you want to be a lurky turkey, no problem with me. Absolutely, come hang out. Yeah, happy to have you here. But yeah, that's like the most hotly contested thing. So it's like I've seen that being useful. Pokemon Communicator or whatever, Pokemon Communication, whatever it's called, is like insane. Anything that's running like a 3-stage Pokemon or you know, stage 2 Pokemon and has room for it should be playing it because it's like so good. So like that's really good. Dawn is very good with both Palkia and Dialga, because Dialga's they're both decks that like throw energy onto stuff on the bench, and you wouldn't think that like moving one energy would make that much difference. Oh, and Dawn's also great in Darkrai, because there's like stuff you can do where Darkrai is in the back and you want something in your active slot. You actually want to put the energy on that, but you can put the energy on Darkrai to deal 20 damage to the active, and then use Dawn to move the energy up. Like it's really cool what you can do with that with Dawn. So yeah, like Dawn, like those have been good. I've not seen anything about Mars. I haven't really seen stuff with Cynthia, but like I'm sure it's good. I saw that somebody was running a deck where they were like, my deck is just, it's basically an alternate version of like 18 trainers, where they're just running 2 Togetix, like 2 sets of the Togepi line, and 12 trainers. But the trainers are like communication, Sabrina, Cyrus, probably like, you know, Pokeball Oak. Maybe it's not running Communicator, because if it's well, what, it has room for, that's 6, so it has room for like 7 sets of something, so it probably is. It's like Sabrina, Cyrus, Communicator, Oak, Pokeball, but yeah, it's just like, oh, and then Cynthia, because yeah, you just like, oh hey, this does 50 more damage now. Want to make a Mesprit deck, but I'm gonna need to play 5D. There's no playing 5D chess to make it good game. The way that you make it good is you like, so like right now, you know, there's the Cresselia event going on. What you do is you take your like trio deck and you play against the level 1 version, the one that doesn't play EX Pokemon, the one that like doesn't play fully evolved Pokemon, and you just like tear up against that deck. And that's how you make that deck good. Like that's how you give that deck a really high win rate and make yourself feel good, like in your own little brain. They're so bad. Like They're so like, because they all have 70 HP and only one of them has a good attack and you have to have all 3 out. It's like terrible. It's so bad. Yeah, you just need to fight like Tristan and Taya. That's how you make that deck good. If you try to take it up even against like Rex Raptor, you're gonna lose. Weevil, forget about it. You're donezo. You're dunzo. It's over. You've lost. Go home. Yeah, game, I'm sorry. Look, there'll be a set in the future that gives you good Lake Trio. They're really bad right now. They're terrible. Absolute dog. They're so bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to break it to you. Look, they have 70 HP. Like, that's the problem. Don't blame me. Take that up with Pokemon. Like, absolute waste. Caterpie has more use than Maspert. What does Caterpie do? Evolves into Butterfree, sure. But like, I don't know what it does. It does have Call for Family? Is that on Caterpie? I don't remember what it does. It attacks. Oh, Caterpie pulls grass types? Oh, okay. Yeah, that is useful. That's super useful. Lake Trio Gardevoir? I just don't see how Lake Trio does anything with all of them being at 70 HP. That like they die to a sneeze. Yeah, Caterpie can become Butterfree and heal your grass. Well, and now Shaman can just heal your stuff too. Hey, Shaman can heal your stuff on a basic. Shaman heals your stuff on a basic non-EX. Not that Butterfree's an EX, but you know what I'm saying? It's like Butterfree's a stage 2. Butterfree also heals 20 and Shaman heals 10, but still. Ew. Still not shiny. That's fine. We didn't think it was going to. Yeah, but we were gonna really only do about like couple hundo a stream. We started at like 4. We started at 444. Is that what it was? Man, we got a ways to go until like we're even at 200. Regice, what do you think about a world without Uncle Grimacy? Ew. At least someone knows how to support the boy. There he is. Poggers. Look, I just need emotes that can slightly compete with PP. That's... PP is so, by and large, the most popular emote on the channel. I just... I gotta give him some competition. And then it also is so funny because of the way that the animation works. It doesn't look like in the email. It just made me laugh where it's like your top emote of the year and it was blank. And I'm like, what do you mean it was blank? And it's because it was PP, but it doesn't show. Whoa, the Vuvuzela can spin Uncle O'Grimacy. Ah, yeah. Love to see it. I did this. I did give us PP. It's true. And now I'm mad because of all that time that I was gonna buy the big size PP. And then I finally went to go, like, I was like, maybe I'll actually do it. Maybe I'll pull the trigger. He's just like too expensive for PP, but he's not like the worst, right? It was just like, I have a little PP. I could do I justify spending $70 to get a big PP? I don't know. So I didn't, and then I was like, maybe I do need a big PP after all. And then I went to go buy him, and he's sold out. Clip what? Clip uh-oh. Hold on. Oh no. No. Chat, no. It's not what I meant. PP train still available? Oh, it might be. It probably is, right? Because that one's new. It's like a lot of the old ones are gone. I think they'll make more because like because of the song, the cow one is kind of like the iconic. That's kind of like the default PP. I think they'll make the big one again. See, what I need to do is I just need to like I need to go run around Indianapolis until I run into John Green. And then I gotta go, John, you gotta help me out. It's me, fellow Hoosier. You need to put me in contact with your brother who deals with item label, and you gotta convince them to make Big PP and also Thick Brungus once more, so that I can buy both of them and I can feel complete inside. Think I should have trained PP for hype trains? What? Not a bad idea. I haven't felt the need. I don't know. It's like PP's our boy, right? And I'm just like, I don't know if I need another PP. And it's like, it's hard because like if I break the seal and I buy a second PP, then what's gonna stop me from owning like 10 PPs? So I've just like I've been holding, and I've not been doing it. I've not broken the seal. And I thought about it. I was definitely gonna buy Thick Brungus because he's like the coolest one. He's also not a PP. He's in the PP line. But Thick Brungus has been sold out since I've seen it, and has never come back. Once you break the PP seal, how do you hold back? I mean, that's exactly the thing. You just go like, look, if I break the PP seal, it's just gonna be PP all night long. And that's the problem. You guys have been here when Jillian's shown up, and see like I have my one PP and that's it, and Jillian, she's like, I got all these PPs, I got my PPs, and I got my wee-wees, and I have this guy and I have that guy. I'm like, I can't do it. You aren't in Texas anymore. There's no limit on how many PPs you can own. True. But it's not about the law. It's not like that I feel like I need to stay within some sort of like legal PP limit. I just want to like, I don't want to be known as the guy that owns a bunch of PPs. That's all there is to it. Because they're also like, for the fact, like, I mean, hand for scale, right? Like the fact that like this, item label for item label technically being a like a streetwear brand, they're not that expensive. Like, you know, because my introduction to streetwear was like that cactus plant or whatever, the one that worked with McDonald's. And I was like, oh my God, you're trying to like you created a shirt where somebody like scribbled the Grimace. Not even Uncle Grimacy, just Grimace. And you're trying to sell it to me for like $95. And Item Label like sells their clothes at like a reasonable price. But like PP and stuff like that, they're still like $35. They're not cheap. So it's like you have to put that into perspective. It's like when that's the asking price, you can't get too many. You can't get too many. I still have like, you know, maybe I'll be singing a different tune once I sell my house, you know, but like I still have a mortgage. I still have a mortgage and I don't have a salaried position. I have some freelance work and I have your guys' lovely patronage here, you know, here on Twitch. So, you know, it's like I have like, you know, a little bit comes in over here, a little bit comes in over there. Smash it all together, you know, I'm making it work for the moment. But like, I mean, once we sell the house, then we got some, maybe we got some PP dollars, you know? Maybe, just maybe. It's either we do that or we like increase, we increase our audience size here like about 30 times over. One of those two things. The day I discovered they squeak was, yeah, I had no idea. I had no idea that there were squeakers inside PP. I'd never squeezed PP before. I always just held him gently. I never squeezed. How was I supposed to know there were squeakers inside? Yeah, we're good. Wait, what's up? Decided to look at the About Us section on Item Label's website. Big fan of About Our Products. Who cares? Yeah, I love Item Label. I love their whole vibe. I love their thing. And I love that their clothing isn't like $800,000 for a shirt. It's nice. I don't necessarily like their designs. I want to be clear on that. I'm not really like raring to wear like an Item Label shirt, but you know, everything else is like pretty good. How could you not squeeze your PP? You gonna squeeze this guy? Are you gonna squeeze this face? Are you really gonna squeeze that face? I don't think so. Nah, couldn't be. Not that face. Without hesitation, no. No. I missed a button. There we go. Maybe I did miss a button. It's just like, no, Regice is tired of showing up. He's sick of this. I hope the next Pokemon game, which I mean, I guess we'll know some information here before the end of the month. When is Pokemon Day? End of is it early February or is it the end? It's like the 9th or like the 29th. Or something. I always forget. 27th? Oh, it's end of the month. Yeah, we just gotta make it to the end of the month. Then we'll finally get some news about ZA. I hope the next Pokemon games are good for shiny hunting. Because it's like the biggest disappointment in the world was that Scarlet and Violet is so good for like hunting like all the starters except for the Gen 9 starters, of course, which suck eggs, literally. Good for like the, you know, but the Gen 1 through Gen 8 starters, because you can hunt them easy styles. But it's so bad for hunting legendaries, which is crazy. Wouldn't be surprised if we don't hear about Gen 10 until next year. Yeah, well, no. We'll hear about it this year. Whether, I don't necessarily think it doesn't inherently have to be here on Pokemon Day. Considering that Pokemon also tends to make a game a year, this could be a year where we're getting ZA like way sooner than we think, and then getting something in the fall. Could be, you know, I mean, we'll see. We'll see if Game Freak is like turning over a new leaf, where they're like, nah, you can cook for a bit, or if they're like, well, you can cook, but the next thing can't. You know, something else has got to make up for it. You know, who's to say? So it's like there could be a world in which there's like ZA mid-year and something else in the winter. But Gen 10 would be next holiday season, because they've always worked the generations in like 3-year cycles, and we're in the, hold up. Yeah, we're in the dead year, right? Oh, this is year 3. Oh yeah, it's well, oh, okay. Oh, shoot. This is year 3. Yeah. Yeah, we might get a, because of when the Switch 2 is launching, I could see them skipping a year. You're right, this is year 3, because last year there wasn't anything. So technically Gen 10 would be this year. We'll see. We'll probably get like, I think what'll happen is they're going to surprise us. I think just with the Switch 2, they're gonna wait a year, because they're not gonna want to. They're gonna want to do Gen 10 Switch 2 only, but they're gonna want the console in more people's hands before a Gen 10 game would come out. So you'll have Gen 10 next year, which means that like this year Pokemon Day I could very well see coming and going without a Gen 10 announcement. I basically would see this as like, we're gonna get like a really cryptic teaser that maybe gives an idea of maybe relatively where the gen may like take place, like a very, very concept teaser, one of those that doesn't show any Pokemon at all. We don't see the starters, we don't even see like a like a little bear cub or something like that, just nothing. We see like a water wheel and like somebody making bread, and they go, a new Pokemon adventure awaits in 2026, something like that. Yeah, I don't think you'll get name won't come until next year. Like we could get like a very early teaser to just basically be like, yeah, we're working on it, but like not enough. Won't come out this year. I'd be very surprised if it was coming out this year. I think they'll wait a year on it. But yeah, this normally would be when the new gen comes out, would be this year. A 4 FPS water wheel. Well, that's why they want to put it on the Switch too, because then it'll be an 8 FPS water wheel. It'll look so much better. So much better. Chat, we're getting pretty close to the end of the stream. So I'm gonna be real with y'all, all right? We've had fun. I clearly went way out of my way to focus on Uncle O Grimacy today. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to say anything because I have to drink water now. I'm purposefully doing this because if you guys are here now, it's because you guys all wanted to like hang out and stay for me, and it wasn't you rushing stream and going, what are your thoughts on Booster Teeth? So yeah, if you guys are here until 1:45, it means that you're the real ones. So like, we can actually talk about this now. We can actually talk about this like in real terms. Of course, truthfully, the honest truth is, yeah, I mean, I didn't know who Uncle O Grimacy was. I learned about him yesterday. I'm kidding. You guys want to know about? Wait until wait. It's only 12:15. No, it's 12:48. What are you talking about? It's quarter. It's not quarter. It's not quarter past midnight. It's quarter till 1. What? What? Huh? What? I'm lost. Anywho, we could talk about this for real now. Like I said, it wasn't just people running in going, "What you did?" We could talk about it. I don't have a lot to say. Here's what I want to say. I think it's like, I woke up. It was quite a surprise. I had no idea that it was happening. I woke up to people being like, "Do you have any? Did you know? Do you have an inkling this is going on?" I was like, "What was going on, huh?" And then I like saw the news. I'll say like I'm. It's very cool that Rooster Teeth's alive again. Hey, the thing that's like kind of, I'm gonna say kind of sucks about it is that like it's sure like yeah but no, like it's not. And I really like I did it in Discord because a lot of people had stuff to say. I truly invite you to listen to if you go onto the Regice website, there's like the press release. There's the teaser video. Don't watch that. There's the press release, and then there's like Bernie and Ashley's podcast where they like talk about it. And it's only like 10 minutes long, and like like listen to that. Like it's actually, don't listen to it now. Listen to it, when stream's over or whatever. But like I think that like Bernie does do a pretty good job in there of like clarifying very explicitly that like Rooster Teeth the brand is back and Rooster Teeth the company is not. And like as somebody who's not Bernie and Ashley, the only people who have it, I don't know what their plans are. I don't know what they got going on. But it's really funny because like I've had it weirdly, and because I've like seen people, like you guys, like people who like me and like me for Rooster stuff, like who've been like saying stuff. But like I've also had like friends text me and go like, "Sir, are you going back to Rooster Teeth?" And I'm like, going back to what? The company is owned by 2 people who live in Scotland. Like, what Rooster Teeth is there to go back to? There's not, and so like I like what I will say that I'm very happy about is, if Bernie has the company, he's, one of the founders. you know, and to many effect the face of the company. And I think that it's cool that even though he doesn't have like the whole everything that's under the, you know, the 20 plus year legacy of the company, he has a lot of it, which is great, because it means that like that stuff is safe. That's what I like. You know, the thing is that like there's always like the fear in the back of my mind. You know, there was a lot of stuff that was done near the end of the company. You know, a lot of the like stuff that was like website exclusive was like thrown up onto like the Rooster Teeth and like the Achievement Hunter channels and stuff, so that stuff at least like was lived somewhere. But of course there's always like the thing in the back of my mind where I go like, okay, Warner owns like Achievement Hunter. Who knows what could happen to it? They could hold on to it and just like let the YouTube channels like ride and just leave them there for archival purposes and just continue to like, you know, there's so many videos that they're just like, it's like free money. Like for them, like it literally is just free money. People going back and going, I'm nostalgic for Achievement Hunter. I'm nostalgic for Rooster Teeth. Well, not Rooster Teeth anymore because they don't own it, but I'm nostalgic for Achievement Hunter. I'm going to go watch Achievement Hunter videos. And then YouTube sends Warner, you know, a nice hefty check every month. And so I'm like, I don't think that there's any reason that they would like just go like just like turn the YouTube channels off, but like they could. It's, you know, it's a thing that they own. You know, or like worse yet, some scuzzbags come in, you know, with money and go, oh, I mean, like what the worst would be like some like freaking like crypto bro and just like, I'm gonna make an Achievement Hunter cryptocurrency, so I'm gonna buy the rights to Achievement Hunter and like not care or whatever. I'm gonna turn every Let's Play into an NFT and everybody can own one. You know, stuff like that. So like, you know, there's always like that thing in the back of my mind where I go like, man, like Achievement Hunter is just like, it's there, but you know, like there's a day where like, you know, Warner could feel like, oh, you know, it's just like not worth doing nothing to maintain the YouTube channels. And they just go like, oh, we just don't want to think about this anymore. And they just kill the YouTube channel and it's gone. And it's like, I mean, you know, and I know that people, you know, put everything on like, you know, there's like the archive of pimps so that like it all exists somewhere, but like easily accessible just on YouTube. One day we could just wake up and it's all gone. So I think it's very cool that that can't happen with Rooster Teeth. You know, that like that archive of content is owned by somebody who, you know, is the reason that all that content exists and therefore like cares about it, right? You know, it's great. I think that's really good. You know, the big thing is I'm just like, temper your expectations. Realistically, if I were Bernie, you know, because I'm like, I don't know the, you know, how the deals and stuff work. I don't know if he literally came to Austin and like rented out the studio and shot that like teaser video, or if, you know, I don't know if him acquiring Rooster Teeth has been in the works since like, you know, April of last year. And so when he was in town in May, maybe he secretly shot that video then, waiting until like the ink dried and he could make the announcement. I don't know. Personally, that's not the way that I would have done that teaser, because I think that it sets the wrong expectations, because there's no physical company. There's two people who live in Scotland who own the brand. They claim, but that don't mean shit. That doesn't mean anything. Dude, I could put, hold on. Where's this? Also, it's February 1997. Hey, do you know that we're in 1997 right now? Do you know that we're in 1997? Like, that doesn't mean anything. You know, that, like, I don't know. All I'm saying is that if I were in this position, and again, literally not my circus, not my monkeys, I don't own it. I personally would not have done that teaser because I think that it sets the wrong expectation. Because there's no company to return to. Like, the funniest thing of all, that's not even the right building. Like, that's the funniest thing. 4 hot 2 boxing. Oh, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Yeah, it's just like, I mean, like, since it's like kind of like the way that you see things is like the teaser, then the press release, and then like maybe the podcast. It's just like, I feel like that's your first impression, and it sets a bad precedent because it's selling something that isn't what it is. And I mean, and again, hey, maybe I'm wrong. You know, like maybe there's a plan in place to get, you know, a couple dozen employees into a building. But I doubt it. Like, I doubt it. You know, that's, hey, there's a reason Rooster Teeth got shut down, right? Like, the way that it was running was not sustainable. And I feel like the first thing that you would do would not be to like hire 20 people and throw them back into an office that you're renting. Like, you know, it's gonna be baby steps. It's gonna be a lot slower and all that kind of stuff. So it does create some anticipation for things to come. I don't agree. I disagree with that. I think it just sets a bad precedent. And if you're taking
Shamrock shakes, they're a beautiful green.
yeah, Rublade, thank you for the 5 sub bomb. Thank you so much. It's more marketing. Yeah, I mean, and that's fine. You know, you could say it's marketing. That's fair. I mean, the main thing is I don't know. Like, for me, I just go, I don't know if that's not what I would want to lead on. Which is, you know, so I mean, maybe it's just like, maybe it's fine, right? Maybe it's fine, but I'm just, because it's like, that's why I like the podcast, because the podcast is like very transparent, and maybe it's just like I'm reading too much into it, and it's just like a sketch, you know, it's just a little short skit, and that's all there is. But I don't know, when I watched it, I go like that's you know, that's selling something that's not what it's gonna be. And I feel like all that is for like the people that aren't looking past face value are just going to be disappointed. You know, the people who aren't like listening to that podcast and going like, oh, okay, so this literally is just Rooster Teeth. Like, Ruby is somewhere else. Achievement Hunter and Funhouse are not a part of this. Everything that went independent when the company shut down is not a part of it, which is just like, well, that was like 80% of the content we were making was the stuff that went independent. So I mean, what, I guess, like, is it gonna be Dog Park? Is that what's gonna come back? I don't you know, but I'm very curious to see what actually does happen. you know, so like I'm curious for like the AMA. I'm curious for the announcements for stuff like over the coming months and stuff like that. So yeah, you know, like I'm like, you know, I'm excited for like that. But yeah, it's, you know, but again, and I go back to it, and the reason why I'm like, why I look at that and I go like, oh, I don't know if that sets a bad precedent, because it's like if you sit and like take the time to read everything, you understand. But if you're just seeing the headline, which is just Rooster Teeth is back, like that is where I'm getting my literal friends who should understand this better going, so are you going back? And I'm like, to what? Like, what are... Oh, that's true. Dog Bark couldn't come back because even though Mikey Fredo's a different thing, Dog Bark is owned by them. You're right. They have the catalog on that, so it wouldn't even be Dog Bark coming back. So yeah, I mean, it's literally like Face Jam, you know, Bleep Face. I don't have a censor right now. Face Jam, Bleep Face, Dog Bark, my brain is shut off. I know the names are different. I'm aware. I'm trying to go off of like the stuff that was being made. Stinky Dragon, Best Friends Today, the new Rooster Teeth podcast, which got, you know, which was turned into my brain is like frizzling today. Midnight Snack, thank you. Boyfriend Midnight Snack, Boyfriend Material. You know, much in the same way that it's like Mikey Fredo is kind of, you know, like what, you know, Dog Bark. Astro Goblin is kind of like Funhouse. You know, like not 100% the same, but kind of the same, and with some of the same people. You know, and like not with Ruby, and you know, and it's like all these things where you go like, that is a lot of the content. That is what, yeah, Same Brain, Death Battle, Good Morning from Hell was All Good No Worries, sold off. I think Barbara owns the brand. I don't think that anything is actively happening with All Good No Worries. I believe that Barbara has it and mainly uses it to do merch. I think you can still get like some All Good No Worries merch through whatever little bit of it. You put in a $20 bid for Let's Roll. Or they kept telling me I was at Wendy's. See, like, Let's Roll was never anything that I like even, I thought about it, like just getting the name and just like having the show, right? Where I'm like, these other people are like having a chance to get their shows and stuff, but like the problem is that Let's Roll is like too specifically entrenched within Achievement Hunter itself that like, I didn't even like bother trying because I was like, I can't get Achievement Hunter. There's no way I can get Achievement Hunter, so. Brothers of the Camp Cylinder RT. Yeah, Camp Cylinder RT. Yeah, that would be like one of the shows. I mean, again, you know, expectations versus reality. That is a show that is still owned. You know, it seemingly went with the Rooster Teeth sale, but I don't imagine would be a show that is going to be up and getting new episodes. Because animation is a severely expensive undertaking. And it definitely seems like there's, at least from the press release, that it's like an announcement of like the first thing coming seems to be some like basically like an audio drama, you know? And that's what I would, if I were a betting man, I would expect to see first is like audio. Because hey, what's the stuff that was doing well with Rooster Teeth near the end? Audio. What's the stuff that's all going on right now that all went independent? Audio. what are two people in Scotland gonna be able to do? Audio. Like, what even is an audio drama? I mean, basically think of like a television show, but without the visual part of it. You know, that is what an audio drama is. You know, it's like you still write it, you write it, you get people to act it, you do audio engineering, sound effects, music, that kind of stuff. But, you know, ultimately, you don't have to, yeah, like a radio play. Yeah, a radio play would be an audio drama. Reaper, what's going on? Yeah, it was like it was a thing that was much more around like a while ago. Although there definitely is with podcasting, there is the resurgence of the audio drama. It's probably just under like a different name. See, I can make a connection because I can name one off for you right now. Despite the fact I only listened to the first episode and I didn't like it enough to continue. As we know in this chat, I'm a big fan of Taskmaster. I love Taskmaster. It's very good. It's very funny. It's a great show. I'm glad that it's like really starting to catch on in the US. I also feel like, ooh, with this cast that we have coming up, it's probably we have our first US contestant, not counting the US version of the show, and we're not going to. But our first US contestant on the British show, and so I feel like it may get even more popular. But James Acaster was in a series of Taskmaster. I found him through that. I've watched his stand-up. I think it's pretty good and maybe sometimes more interesting and experimental than it is like funny, but it is still good. Desiree Birch would like a word. Was Desiree Birch American? I didn't know. Fine. I thought that they've been floating Jason Mantzoukas as the first American. But anyway, I digress. American living in London. Oh, okay. Yeah, Mantzoukas is the first American living in America. Anywho, James Acaster did an audio podcast called Springleaf, which is kind of like which is an audio drama. It was like a spin-off of like this bit that he did in one of his stand-up sets, which was about how he was actually like an undercover cop, but he was kind of like, for lack of a better term, like 21 Jump Streeting, where he had to go undercover as a stand-up comedian. So he became a stand-up comedian so that he could like do his undercover cop work. And so he took that bit and turned it into an audio drama. And I didn't think it was very good. I watched, like I said, I listened to one episode and I was like, I don't like this. But the point I'm just trying to make is that there is a resurgence of the like 1930s radio play. You know, but just now it would just be called a podcast. So yeah, I mean, that's just kind of like my, you know, the short and long is, you know, you're gonna lurk and chill. Cool, that's fine. Happy to have you here. So, but yeah, I mean, that's, curious to see what's gonna go on. I'm just hoping that people temper their expectations and, you know, understand that it may take a while to see something significant. But it's cool, you know, like it's cool that it's back, you know, but like it's also like I hope that people understand that it's going to be very different, you know. Yeah, because it's definitely not back. It's not going to be, you know, a bunch of people working in an office together every day. It's not that. it's not that. You know, I imagine you'll see some familiar faces return, but it'll probably be more in a situation of, you know, doing like, you know, that's not going to be their job. That's going to be a thing that they do. I'm in X, Y, and Z. I do that. And then I also do all my other stuff. So very different world, very different vibe, but it's cool. You know, it's cool. It's cool that, like, again, like I said, somebody who cares about the content owns it. And that's what's important. And that's all I really got to say about that. What's that? Everyone in an office had a lot of charm. I mean, well, I mean, like, and if you look, because, like, it's interesting, because I know it's like, you know, people are going, oh, you know, it's like Regice's back. Like, this is exactly like Dropout, and this is exactly like Smosh. And I'm like, no, Rooster Teeth, Smosh, and Dropout are three incredibly different situations. They are three wildly different situations. Yeah, Smosh is, hey, there's this thing that's happening that became a different thing than it was, but is still like super successful in its own right. And the people who own it bought it back. Because I mean, like, it was, for all intents and purposes, under Mythical, Smosh seemed to be doing fine. You know, like, I mean, and maybe they weren't. I don't know about their financials, but, you know, like, the Ian and Anthony bought the company, and then they also, and I'm like, I didn't really agree with it at the time, because again, Smosh was just so different. Smosh had, you know, there was still like a background in like sketch comedy, but Smosh was like so much more, and it felt a little wrong to me, Ian and Anthony coming in and going, well, we're the guys, so we're gonna take the main channel and shove everyone off of it. All the people that you know, Shane and Courtney, and I've not been watching Smosh in a while. The other ones, but you know, like Damien, that was the one I was trying to think of. You know, like, we're just take all of them and shove them off the main channel, and we're just gonna do classic Smosh sketches. And guess what? The nostalgia worked for a while, but only for a while. And now I actually looked at Smosh like just the other day, and I'm like, they're doing something else on the main channel now. It's not just Dean and Anthony anymore. They have some new show they're doing on there, and all the Smoshies are in it. And I'm like, good. And I'm like, good. I'm glad that this changed. Cause like, the other people that are Smosh should be recognized as Smosh and not be kicked off the main channel. It was like Giggle City or something like that. That was the thing. I don't know what it was. I looked at it and I went, oh, they're doing something here. And then like, yeah, the like, you know, Smosh Pit stuff is still mainly what it was. But it's like they were doing really cool stuff on the main channel before Ian and Anthony came back. And it's like, well, I don't know if that stuff found a new home or if that stuff like got canned, but it's not there now. So like that's like one thing. And then of course, like, Dropout was a situation of kind of kind of more similar to Rooster Teeth, where it's like, hey, this is like a big company with, 100+ employees doing stuff, and it's not really financially viable, and it's gonna get shut down or sold off, and that is a situation where, Sam saved the company through making a bid on it and purchasing it so they could go independent. But also, like, Sam did not save the company in the sense of, like, the vast majority of the people at College Humor got let go when that happened. And I think, like, Dropout started with they're much bigger now, but, like, when Dropout first started, I think they had, like, 5 full-time employees or something like that. What's that? When we initially found out our parent company was dropping us, Sam initially told us there'd be no layoffs, but then no one wanted to buy us LMAO. Yeah. He said 7. I knew it was something. It was something real small. It was like, so yeah. There were well over 100 employees at College Humor, and Dropout had 7 full-time employees. It's like, so it's like that company got gutted. But they turned Dropout into something that was uniquely different from College Humor, and there were and there's some crossover stuff. There were things that were within the College Humor time that are still on Dropout and continued to be produced under Dropout. But yeah, it's like, it is a situation though where, like, that company still changed drastically, and the way that they worked is, it's like, oh yeah, we can't afford to have all these employees, so we will contract people when we want to make shows, and we'll contract people when we need people in them. So I would definitely say, like, on the spectrum, this likely, because we still don't know, but Rooster Teeth's definitely a situation that's closer to Dropout than it is to Smosh, but it's still even uniquely different because Rooster Teeth went under and disappeared for 9 months and now is, like, coming back. But but it's not even like, coming, it's not even like continuing on with 7 employees who were there. It's continuing on with 2 new employees who left a number of years ago. So, 100% of the employees got cut. And, maybe but I would imagine it would be more like, that, where it's, if you're seeing returning faces, it's probably not people who are being salaried. It's probably people who are being, like, paid to come in and do a show. I mean, yes, Jeremy's very, very different. I mean, Jeremy's also a situation where very important employee to Rooster Teeth, but also hadn't been around for the last few years of the company, right? Like, yeah, Jeremy also, like, is in a very different position. Jeremy, Ray, Matt, and all that, where people are gonna come out swinging. So we're in a little bit of a different situation here. People showed up at the start of this stream and went, hey, what are your thoughts on RT? And we just talked about Uncle O Grimacy for 2 hours instead. Like I said, I was willing to have a conversation with the real ones who stuck around, because I know you're here for me and you're not here to hear my thoughts on Rooster Teeth and then dip. That is why I'm giving you like, the ability to have this conversation. I'm willing to have the conversation with y'all. I didn't want to have the conversation with the people who were going, but the Rooster Teeth. 5 minutes in when I'm having fun talking about Uncle O'Grimacy. You could drop the long con and leave. Cool. Great. Cool. I got duped. You know. It's, you know, it's also, I mean, like, yeah. Like, again, when you look at Jeremy or Ray or Matt, we're also, it's two very different situations, right? They were all like very front-facing personalities in the content. They all left or were let go, and you know, went on to you know, create their own ventures independently, and were highly successful and live very nice lives doing that. I was mostly a behind-the-scenes person, and I stream and we have fun. And at the size that our audience is, I could not sustainably go full-time. So, you know, instead, you know, I'm fortunate enough that Jeremy's, you know, got a thing going on that's so nice that not only can he support himself and, you know, create a, you know, like his own little niche with him and his wife, and support the both of them, and, you know, they're, you know, you know, support together, because I mean, you know, she does a lot of work behind the scenes for him, but then also that he can afford to pay people like me to you know, come in and you know, edit short form content for him. Like, that's great. You know, I'm very happy to, you know, like, be recognized for the good work that I did back in the day, and, you know, be considered and asked to do work now. That's very cool. So yeah, you know, it's just like we have our different things. I could not sustain. I think it'd be really fun to do full-time streamies. I think it'd be really fun. I think it'd be super cool. We're just not in a position to do that, right? Maybe one day we will be, maybe one day we won't be. But yeah, you know, it's just a different situation. You know, our audience is here is much smaller, and you guys are also not going to be as ravenous. And you know, I feel like we can actually have like a more nuanced conversation than some of the people that are going to be running to them and going like, you going back? It's like, no. No. We're not going back. There's no back to go to. Way cooler than those audiences. I mean, just like the people that, you know, are going to be asking those questions. Which, and again, like I said, there were some that were here at the start of the stream, and when they realized that I was talking about Uncle O'Grimacy for an hour and a half, they left. And also, I mean, those are, and again, you know, 4 different situations. Ray left on his own accord before I started working at Rooster Teeth, and I worked at Rooster Teeth for 8.5 years. Like, you know, so there's like that. Jeremy worked at Rooster Teeth for a number of years, and he left on his own accord in, you know, 2020, 2021. Like, Ray is the most removed, right? Jeremy left in like 2020. He moved back home to be closer to family. Totally understand that one. Totally get that one, right? Matt was unceremoniously laid off, and was sort of forced to make a decision against his will. And I'm glad it worked out for him, because you know what? Love that guy. Love that guy, and he deserves every single bit of support that he gets. I stuck with it until the bitter end. So, you know, I had to be in the office when there was an announcement that the company was shutting down. And I had to go to that office for 2 months, knowing that at the end of those 2 months, the company was shutting down. So, you know, just a different situation to be in, and just a different situation to live through. So that's what I could say about that. Is it something you want to move on from? Yeah, you know, I mean, like, there, you know, there's like a lot of, you know, feelings and stuff, right? Like, anything that I'm doing in my day-to-day isn't quite as fun than what I was doing there. You know, I mean, my baby was Let's Roll, and I can't do it. I have no way to do it. That was something that, like, because of the resources that were available to me that I could do, which included, you know, a cast that was good and funny and willing to learn games and play them, a broadcast studio in which to shoot, and a production budget that allowed me to buy the board games that I needed and occasionally buy funny little costumes. You know, I don't have access to any of those things anymore. I don't have a studio. I don't have a cast. I don't have a production budget. So, like, you know, that sucks. But, like, you know, there's the other side of it where I'm like, I'm so happy to be out of Texas. I don't like the heat. You know, there's things I miss in Texas. More importantly, there's people I miss in Texas. There's a lot of, you know, I have a lot of friends there. I have a lot of friends here too. You know, there was a lot that I had to leave behind to go to Texas, friends and family. And I'm very glad to be back closer to them. You know, like, it's so nice that I can, you know, like, I went to the Royal Rumble last week, cause it was in Indianapolis and it was close by. And I got to go with my buddy. Like, I went with, like, you know, like, Nicole's family. Her brothers are very into wrestling. They got me into wrestling. So, you know, like, we made it like a family thing. But also, I got to go with one of my buddies, you know, who's been back here in Indiana, you know, the entire time I was in Texas. I've known him since I was like 11 or 12, and we got to go to Royal Rumble together and have a great time. And, like, that's awesome. You know, that's so fun. That's not something that I could have as easily done, you know, with, you know, being in Texas. I mean, like, if I were in Texas, I probably wouldn't have gone to the Rumble, because I probably wouldn't have flown in to go see it and then fly back. So, you know, it's like stuff like that. Like, it was so nice being here for the holidays, like, getting to do the whole holiday experience, you know, with my wife's family, you know, who right now are being very kind and, you know, letting us live here while we're kind of getting back on our feet, trying to find work and, you know, trying to sell our house and trying to fix up our financials. It was super fun to, like, you know, get to do Thanksgiving with them and, you know, get to watch, like, a bunch of Christmas movies all through December, you know, and it's like all those little things that, you know, I missed out on because I was in Texas. I'm excited to, like, be able to, my family's, like, a little farther away, but definitely within a drive. I'm excited to, like, get to this year, like, go do, like, little weekend trips to go see my parents, you know, or see my sister and her husband, on days that aren't Christmas Day. Stuff like that, you know. When did I go to Texas? I moved to Texas in the summer of 2013. I was in Texas for a little over 11 years. So took me about 2 years to get to Rooster Teeth. You know, sorry, that makes it sound like I was just trying to claw my way there the whole time. It took me, you know, I spent 2 years working in like the Texas film scene and working on different stuff. You know, spent about a year before I ended up getting brought on to work on Laser Team. And then about, 2 years until I was full-time with Rooster Teeth. If I had the ability to move anywhere, where would I move? Oh, man. Somewhere with like a King Kai's planet, probably. No, too much gravity there. But Mr. Bubbles is there. It's like, it's kind of a trade-off. Somewhere with like a teleporter. That's where I'd want to go. Just the ability to like get to see my friends and family that are like, all over the place now. So yeah, so like there is like there is the part, right, that is where I'm like, yeah, Rooster Teeth ending gave me the ability to leave. Like I would have, me and Nicole would have moved back to Indiana eventually anyway, but like it's much easier to go, this thing ended, and it's easier for me to move on from than it would be to be like, oh, that's something that's going to continue on every day and I'm just not going to be there for it. It's very different situation. Like those are two very different experiences. So, kind of. So yeah, I mean, like even if like this was, a situation of like Rooster Teeth's back, and we were renting the studio again, and everyone's headed back, and it's like, first off, so many people wouldn't head back, but yeah, I mean, like, I don't see myself in a situation where that was the way that things were going. I don't see myself moving back to Texas. And it's definitely not that. That's definitely not what this is. So I'm definitely not moving back to Texas. But yeah, like, if there's some, hey, you know what? If there's some weird world in which Rooster Teeth were to do board games, fly in, spend a couple days, we'd shoot a season, I'd fly out. So, that's just the way it is. What's the next funny number? Is 7-11? Oh, we're going to 679 just to tick you guys off. Ew. 678, great number. 679. Ew. Later, I'll go back for Laser Team 3. I didn't even work on Laser Team 2. Definitely not going back for 3. Was there a game you would have loved to cover for Let's Roll that never happened? Oh my god, yes. Holy shit. Yes, so many. So many. I would have I really wanted to do, because Trevor and Alfredo played it. I actually played it with them like years before. It was my first introduction to it. I would have loved to have done Root. I think Root's so cool. Really like any Cole Whirly game. I would have loved to have done Root. I would have loved to have done, to a lesser extent, I would have loved to have done Oath as like a series. That one would have been literally impossible. The games would have been too long and we would have had to do too many of them, and it's too complicated. I I really would have loved to have done, it would have been impossible to teach, but like, it would have been so cool to do like a Twilight Imperium in the way that we did like Red Dragon Inn, where it's kind of like, we just go, everyone's like in character, and you have like, you know, 6 or 7 people at the table, and you know the game's gonna take like 10 hours, and you just like, you go, yep, this is just like a season. But I mean, like, Twilight Imperium's a game that I haven't even played. Could you have done Cards Against Humanity? I could have. I never would have wanted to. No. Somebody got Red Dragon in. Oh, your cousin got it for Christmas. You know that game. Awesome. Yeah, that's fun. I loved working with those guys. The people who run that company are very nice. They're very, very cool. I like them. Yeah, but like that would have been like, TI would have been cool. Playing through like because I think that like Root would have been really, really complicated. It also would have been very complicated, but playing through Arcs this year, which was another Cole Whirly game, I went like, oh man, this would be like so cool to do as like Let's Roll. But I mean, like, especially because I mean, like, I've played like a game of it, you know, I was busy moving and stuff. I didn't get a chance to like, you know, play really much more than that. But Arcs also has like a really weird like campaign that you play over like 3 games, and I was like, doing campaign arcs would have been really cool, but that also, I mean, again, it would be like, it'd be pretty complicated, and Let's Roll wasn't always the space to do like complicated. Trying to think of like what else, if there's anything that I'm like really. Oh man, after having played it recently, and I just don't know how we would have done it with like the tablet component side to it too. God, Return to Dark Tower would have been so cool. That would have been really fun. That would have been impossible to shoot because you have to sit on opposite sides of the table from each other. Like physically, you have to sit in a circle, which would have just made it like impossible to shoot, but that would have been cool. Would something like Tabletop Sim be something I'd consider? I'm always floating it back and forth. It's so janky, you know. You know, it's like I've considered, like, if I were to do anything, you know, it's like I could try to, you know, get some friends to, you know, come do board games, you know, on stream. I'd probably do like less Tabletop Sim and more like looking for good digital versions of games. Board Game Arena is supposed to be a little bit more sleek. I've heard good things about that. There's like a really good, actually speaking of like Root, stuff like, yeah, I mean, honestly, stuff like Uno, you know, it's like, yeah, do an Uno night, because it's like you need those things that people know to bring you in. But it's like, I'd also love to do like a Root night. I've heard Dune Imperium has a pretty good digital edition, if I'm not mistaken. Dune Imperium freaking rules. That game's awesome. But you know, just like that, like looking for stuff that has good, good digital versions. I know that Direwolf, which did, I think they may have done the Dune Imperium digital. I think Direwolf did they may have done the physical version. Anyway, Direwolf Digital does the Root digital, and they're doing Arcs digital next year. I'm gonna be really excited for that. I think that one will be cool. So, you know, I mean, there's so many games, right? Gloomhaven has a really good digital. I've heard a lot of people say that Gloomhaven doing it digital is the right way to play it, because it handles so much. Like the setup is like such a bear on that. I've definitely heard of people saying that you should just play digital Gloomhaven. You'll be playing Root this weekend. What's your favorite to play? Are you? Let me ask some following questions, Seb. Do you know if they have like, is it everything's available, or is it base game? Like, is it base game or with expansion? Have you played it before? And are the people at the table also, it's base game, just the base 4? Oh, that's such a complicated question. You played as the bandit. I was like the vagabond. People at the table have played a few times. If you've played as the vagabond, don't play them again. I was gonna say the vagabond is so cool and I hate it. I'm like so glad that there's 3 expansions now. Now they're working on the 4th. I'm glad that there's like 10 factions to choose now, so you don't have to have a vagabond in your game. Because I hate them. I think it's like, I think the problem that I had with it is that it's because the game that I played with the vagabond, I played the vagabond, and none of us realized that you need to like hit the vagabond in the jaw a few times. And so I was just going around adventuring, trading with people, getting really strong, being friends with everyone. And then I went, oh, I can just turn on people this turn, and I have so many actions available to me that I can just get like 14 points and win the game. Cool. So maybe I'd like it better knowing now that you have to like, nope, you have to keep the vagabond in check. You can't let them run away with it. Base game, because that's the Marquis, the Eerie, the Woodland Alliance, and the Vagabond. I would probably play the Eerie. Of those 4, I like the puzzle of having to I'm gonna forget the terminology, but it's like, because like the Eerie is kind of like a programming puzzle where you have to every turn you have to, it's the decree, that's what it is. You have to keep adding cards to your decree, and you have to keep doing everything in the decree, and if you can't do it, then you go into turmoil and you lose points and you lose momentum. And I think it's a really cool way to play. I just think it's neat. The Marquis are fine. They're the most straightforward. And if you just want to like build a big army and smack people, the Marquis are fun. And then the Woodland Alliance, I haven't played enough Root to like play as everybody, and I just updated my Root Digital, so I have all the expansions in it now. And I need to like go through and like play games with people, like play more games of Root because I want to. But yeah, Woodland Alliance is really cool just because, you know, it's like a faction that doesn't start with any pieces on the board, and you have to kind of like build it up. What's my favorite character to play in Red Dragon Inn? Ooh, that's a really good question. I'm gonna name like a dozen. I like, and I'm gonna forget names here. I like, was it Lucky, the goblin lady from 8? She's the one where it's like her mechanic is like a GTA Wanted level. where she just you can do things and you get like heat on you, and if your heat level goes too high, then like the guards come in and beat you up. I think that one's funny. I like Adonis. I think he's another really funny one where you have like instruments and you have cards that can do special abilities if you break your instruments, and then you can like use other cards to like repair them. I think that one's really fun. Usually plays Pookie. Pookie's good. Pookie's fun. I mean, just like a character that gets drunk and angry is always fun. Was that, would I ever do Carcassonne? I think I played Carcassonne like once, and it was a long time ago. Haven't played the expansions, but just like playing as Gurky and doing the Michael Gurky thing. Yeah, I like Gurky base game. I think yeah, like the doing like the kind of sneaky thing, you know, a lot of gambling. Like that's like a fun way to play. I mean now it's like I would much rather play as like any of the characters that have like mechanics. Like I would love for them to go back and redo the first expansion and or not the first expansion. I would love for them to do the base game and go redesign those characters and let like, because they're the face of the game, like Gurky, Zot, Deirdre, and the other one, Sarah. I think it's Sarah. Is that right? No, Sarah's. Oh no, no. The one I'm forgetting is the one. No, Fleck the Bard is RDI 2. The one, unfortunately, it's just the time that they made that because the game's older. It's the one that's like the punky warrior lady, where she's always like, "Oh, you nicked my chainmail bikini." Fiona, that's it. Like, I mean, even to the point where like they kind of, even when they made like Tales from the Red Dragon Inn, they kind of moved into some of the RDI 2 characters where they're like, yeah, play as the illusionist. She's much cooler than the chainmail. I mean, the chainmail bikini lady's in it, but yeah. What's that? Give me a Jasper whose mechanic is having a counter for every time a customer causes trouble and get closer to kick them out. Oh, give me Jasper whose mechanic is. Oh, okay. Yeah, Jasper, if I'm not mistaken, is, I think, just like a base deck. I don't think he has a mechanic. The other tavern characters are much more interesting. Yeah, because like I like of the tavern crew. The wench is really cool. She's super fun. Getting to serve like the special reserve drinks is always really neat. I like Molly, the stable hand. With like, because you're dealing with like, you know, animals coming like in and out of your like tableau, and like stuff happens when they come in and out, and like if you have like the wrong ones together, then they get in a fight, and I think that's fun. What's the? I forget. It's I was gonna say, is it Keaton Nitral? It's like the expansion with the goblins. I love Nitral, the sapper, where she like makes bombs and then like gives bombs to people that go off. Like, it's really, that one's really fun. Have I tried any of the Smorgasbox characters? Well, there's only one Smorgasbox box character, and it's the cook. I forget Roxanne, the chef, I think is what her name is. She's her stuff's a lot. Because it's like you have to like play cards to get ingredients, and the ingredients go in like a board for ingredients, and then you can like make things happen if you use the right like ingredient. Like it's one of those where I'm like, this one's like a little too much. There's another one I really like, and I forget. It's the same pack. I think she comes with Murgath. Where she's like, she is like this like church lady where she prays to like, it's like 4 different gods. And when you invoke the gods, you go like in and out of favor with like, and you have like these 4 cards in front of you. And when you like use the certain like gods, you like flip the card over. So so it's like if you use it, you go into favor with them. If you use it again, you go out of favor. And so there's like stuff that happens where you get like bonuses if like you have like all the gods in favor, but it's like not easy to do. And like that one's like really cool. I love like the puzzle of putting that one together. The characters in 9 were pretty cool. I think 9 is really well designed. I really liked all those characters. Once they made the Beast Tamer like not OP. And then they put out another 2-character pack like a while ago, which I have not played. I like missed the Kickstarter on that one. And now that it's at retail, I still haven't picked it up, but I need to. I know that's the one that has like Melvin, who's like the Oxman, and then there's another character in there. And then the next one that's coming out is the one that's like the crossover with the with like the D&D podcast that's attached to Second Wind, which is like the new like the escapist people that like went off, like the Yahtzee and like those guys, which I thought was like an interesting group to work with, because I was like, I didn't even really know this was the thing. But yeah, I got the I don't know anything about their podcast. I got the version of the game. They have like 2 different art styles for it, where you can get like the characters as how they would look in Red Dragon Inn, or you can get the characters as they would look in the like 0 punctuation style. And I think that they just look so like the 0 punctuation version of that game just looks so cheap that I definitely backed like the RDI version, where I'm like, and I'm glad that they have that, because I'm just like, I don't care about this, but I want to stay complete on Red Dragon Inn content, so I will support this regardless. But yeah, I'm super bummed that was never something that we were able to do with them. But oh well. But yeah, so many fun characters. Sometimes it's like fun just to play as characters like for thematic purposes, and sometimes it's fun to play with them for mechanical purposes. It's not a game that I've played in a while, but it is always a good time when it comes out. We should probably end it. It's almost 2 today. We should probably end at 7-11. You guys would appreciate that. But yeah, of course, there's like a million board games I would have wanted to play on Let's Roll. There's just, you know, there was only just only so much time. You know, as is life, right? There's always so much more to do, but only so much time. Bought so many board games because of Let's Roll. I bought so many board games because of Let's Roll. Game, what's the better question? Is there a game you regretted doing for Let's Roll? Oh my god. Yeah. There's a few. There's only one that I like. Oh, or more annoying than worth it. Those are two different questions. Oh, shooting the Pokemon one was so much fun. It was just so long. Like, I feel bad for, you know, that someone else had to, that Tyler had to edit that, and it was so long. But that was so much fun to shoot. Master Trainer was so fun. What's the game that Lindsay won like half an hour before the game? Night of the Ninja. That's the one where I threw the book. That was still fun though. It was still a fun game to shoot. The only one that I really like, there's a couple that I really like that early. There was a game that we got sent, and it was like, it wasn't like a sponsored thing, but it was like the first time that like a game company had like paid attention to us. So I was like, ooh, where we played this like prototype of this game called Gang War. And like, we basically promoted their Kickstarter for free. The game was really bad. It was also like, in hindsight, like borderline, like it was probably too racist. Matt is not streaming tomorrow. Matt is flying back home to deal with the death in the family. So you also, you know, hey, it's my chat. But no, I got, you know, I guess more to the point, usually he plays in the Mario stuff with us, which I am a part of, which is my stuff in my chat. He's not gonna be there tomorrow. So like that one I regret, because like if we were gonna do it, we should have been paid. I should have done more due diligence. It wasn't good. I just like, you know, but that's like probably the one where I'm like, that was shouldn't have done that. Then we did pretty early, we did this game called Abaddon, which we all kind of bounced off of. It was one that we did where I was like looking for like a mech game, because we were doing helping to promote like Genlock. And it was like, the game just like ended up not being like super good. So like that's definitely one where I'm like, probably wouldn't have done that. Is there any game you would have liked to try it again? Oh, I mean, I'm sure so many. I'd have to like look. But yeah, I mean, like, there's definitely ones that I wish did better. Like, I thought we had a great time playing Kabuto Sumo, and the audience didn't really like it. Ooh, I'm looking at, I want like the playlist, but I'm getting just random episodes. Oh, I wish we would have done Helopagos again. That was so fun. Is there... You like the playlist. Why am I not getting a playlist? Oh, here we go. View full playlist. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, so close to the end, right? Feed the Kraken was super fun. I'd love to do that. Yeah, next stream I'm doing Mario tomorrow. I actually need to go to bed because I'm doing that. Ooh, this is literally, I feel like I definitely like got my much better grasp on what games would actually work for Let's Roll. I definitely bet I put my money on the wrong horse. In 2023, 2 horse games came out. We played Long Shot the Dice game, which was like is basically like a roll and write secretly. And I think it's like it was probably a little too brainy. Like it seems like it would be really fun because it was like horse racing, but I think it was like a little too thinky to make like a really good Let's Roll. There is also a horse racing game that came out in the same year called Ready, Set, Bet, which would have been so exciting. And I'm so upset that we didn't get to do it because I finally played it after I had owned it, but I didn't play it until after we had like finished, you know, Let's Roll was like done because Achievement Hunter was gone. And sometime this year they're coming out with a deluxe edition, which I backed on Kickstarter last year, which is like got like poker sized chips and just like this like giant like neoprene mat that you like play the game on, and it looks so good. Yeah, I'm really upset that we didn't play that. What other ones? I'm trying to look through. Oh man, we played Fast and Furious. I wish we would have had a chance to play Thunder Road Vendetta. Oh my god, that game's so fun. Thunder Road Vendetta would have been the perfect Let's Roll game. That game's incredible, and I'm still like a little jealous that Restoration went to Smosh and had them show the game off for the Kickstarter and didn't come to us. Thunder Road freaking rules. That game's awesome. I'm so mad we didn't get to play that. I think of any I would have wanted to do again. I think I would have wanted to do Camel Up again, but I think I would have wanted to do it with more people. I don't think it was as good as it could have been with only 4 people. I think it should have been like 6. So I'm a little bummed about that one. Trying to think of what else. I think that's enough. That's probably enough thinking for now. That probably covers it. Yeah, I'm good. Night, Brookie. Yeah, go get some sleep. Gosh dang. I need to go get some sleep too. We're doing, let me turn the music on. Let me make sure it's saved. I think I did. All right. Go sleeps. Duger Gas, thank you for the follow. Cha-cha. Thank you so much. All right, we stayed up an extra hour. I didn't even mean to. Just hunting Pokemon's so fun. It's so much fun. All right. Let's let's do it. No, not that. Oh my god, what is this commercial? I thought it was for the Minecraft movie, but it is just it's a CGI llama that's not blocky. Let's do it one more time for posterity's sake.
My uncle Grimacy is coming to visit, and I didn't get him a present.
Ah, a shamrock shake coming up.
Oh, sure, and be Cora House, me little nephew.
Here, Uncle O'Grimacy.
Oh, you shouldn't have a shamrock shake, I take it. Oh, it's great. It's green. Where on earth can we get more?
There's only one place on earth to get a shamrock shake. McDonald's. But only for a limited time.
I better have one then.
Sure, and be Cora.
Wait, you only see blackness? Oh, no, it broke. No, the feed broke. Oh, man. Ah, well, that you got your radio drama version of it. Perfect. So yeah, chat, that's what a radio drama is. Who is on doing stuff? Let's go to turtles. We haven't gone to the turtles in a while. Let's throw it to the turtles. All right, chat. I'm gonna get going. It's sleepy time for me. We got early stream. We got a stream in 11 hours. We have a stream in 11 hours. We're doing 1 p.m. Eastern. Mario boys are back. We're doing a lot of Mario fun. This is a super fun stream. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for being respectful about the big news. Yeah, we just had a lot of fun with Uncle O Grimacy. Don't worry. Uncle OG is going to stay around. This wasn't a one-time thing. These emotes are here to stay. And they're not going nowhere. Oh, dude, game. There's so much Uncle O Grimacy. Don't you worry. All right. I'm going to go to sleep. I'm already way over bedtime. All right. I'm gone. Toodaloo. Adios. Bye-bye. Love you very much. See you on the flippity flip. And go hug your Uncle Grimacy.
Okay, that's all the time I've got. I gotta get back to playing Animal Crossing New Leaf on my Nintendo 3DS.
Bye.